The graph above in the TA plane approximates the Apollo 8's altitude, A, in kilometers, t seconds after liftoff. Approximately how many kilometers per second? How many kilometers per second was the Apollo 8 traveling between 156 and 184 seconds after liftoff? All right, so let's look at this chart. They're calling it the TA plane because our horizontal axis is the t-axis, measuring time. Our vertical axis is the a-axis, measuring altitude in kilometers. This is time in seconds. This is altitude in kilometers. Now, they wanted to know, well, how many kilometers per second was the Apollo 8 traveling between 156 and 184 seconds? And they labeled those points for us. This right over here, this point tells us what was the altitude of Apollo 8 at 156 seconds. You see the 156 seconds right over here. So our t coordinate, I guess you could say, is 156. And this right over here tells us the altitude at 184 seconds. It's 96 kilometers. At 156 seconds, it's 70 kilometers. At 184 seconds, it is 96 kilometers. So if we want to approximate how many kilometers per second was the Apollo 8 traveling between those 2 points, well, kilometers per second, we're figuring out the rate of change of altitude. And we should really be talking about kilometers per second in the vertical direction is, I guess, what we should assume if we want to be a little bit more precise. But that would be just the rate of change in altitude, or the rate of change in altitude with respect to time. And we can approximate that by finding the slope of the line between these 2 points. So what's the slope of that line? Well, it's going to be change in altitude over change change in time. So let's see, change in altitude is going to be 184 kilometers. And I could even keep it in kilometers or write the units down, make it a little clearer. Minus 156 kilometers. And then our change in time is going to be 96 seconds minus 70 seconds. So what's that going to be? 184 minus 156 that's about 20. Let's see, if this was 154, it would be 30. So this is going to be 28 kilometers. This is going to be 28 kilometers over, what is this? 26 seconds. Over 26 seconds. So this is going to be a little bit more, so slightly more. So 28, this is going to be 28 over 26 kilometers per second. So this value right over here, this is a little bit more than 1. 1 would be 26 over 26. So this is, you could view this as 1 and 2/26, or you could write this as 1 and 1/13. So a little bit more than 1 kilometer per second. So let's look at the choices right over here. And you look at the choices here, and only one of them is a little bit more than 1. This is less than 1, so you rule that out. This is a lot more than 1, a lot more than 1. So we would go with that one right there.